stop, oh, go, rock, freak, don't stop, oh, go, rock, freak, don't stop, oh, go, rock, freak, don't stop, oh.
Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put that ball in the Wednesday net? Super Tyrese Campbell.
That was Sean Needham, and this is the Sheffield United Hodcast. This is the Sheffield United podcast hosted by the Hodkin brothers. We are the cops. Terrible answer to the Cray twins. Yes, the joke is always, how long was the labour? And what happened to the last person that made that joke, Johnny?
I ate him.
So I'm Matt, he's Johnny. Basically, our plan is to review matches, talk about the upcoming games, and we're going to offer what are our usually conflicting opinions on United and the direction of the club. As a bit of an insight, I'm quite pragmatic and not emotional, and a little bit positive about how things are going. And Johnny, how's the glass for you?
Sometimes full, half full, sometimes empty.
Thank you very much. Quite often the glass is empty, or if you are my dad, the glass is dead. So, yeah, we've decided to make a podcast because I'm a prolific listener to podcasts, usually true crime and sport, and we thought we'd have a bit of a go ourselves. The message is very, very clear to everyone listening. If you like it, keep listening. If you don't bother. It's not a problem. We've got enough friends, in the words of John McClane. So, basically what we're going to do, we're going to talk about United's form going into this one. We all know it's not been great. We've lost the opening 4 league matches, including this match against Middlesbrough away, and we lost the cup match against Birmingham as well. When you look at our longer form going into last season, not including the playoffs, out of our last 11 games, we've only won 2, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 8. So this is a slide that's been coming for a while. But do you just want to talk briefly, Johnny, about the form that we've had going into this match?
Yeah, I just think this season's been absolutely horrendous. They've gone from a team with sort of an identity, hard to play against, in your face, to just a team of individuals. The existing players from last season don't seem to want to play for this manager, in my opinion. They don't run for him. They don't seem to have a clue what the tactics are. You're looking at each individual game and you're thinking, tell me what style of play we've got. Can anybody tell me what style of play we have or what the formation is on a match day? And you can't.
No, and when you read match reports like the one on the S2 forum that Deadbat puts together every single week, it is difficult to pinpoint what the formation is and what the plan is. You know, we talk about a high press, high attacking strategy. We're just not seeing it. I think there were 20 minutes, weren't there, against Bristol where that was evident, but that's been it pretty much.
Yeah, we've had a 20-minute attacking spell this season. That is it. Literally, we then went on to concede 3 further goals, and since then the shackles have been put on attacking-wise. The defence is still not good enough. The chance creation is absolutely horrendous. No shots on target again yesterday. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, so to talk about Middlesbrough, obviously, we've gone there to Riverside. We've got a horrendous record at the Riverside. I mean, we're bordering on, it's 28 years since we last won there. Last victory at the Riverside?
1997, 2-1.
Yep, goal scorers.
Brian Dean and Dane Whitehouse.
Middlesbrough.
I'll chuck you the Middlesbrough goal scorer in, Mikel Beck.
And what colour did United play in?
Played in their lovely white Wards kit.
Yes, it was the nice one. The Wards one. Le Coy Sportif. Manager for United that day.
Nigel Spackman.
And he was succeeded by?
The late Steve Thompson.
The late Steve Thompson, who passed away this week. So, lineups for United. Obviously, we started with Cooper in goal. Back 4, we had Godfrey at right back. Tanganga made his debut at right centre half. Bindon at left centre half. Burrows at left back. Midfield, it looked to me like a 4-1-4-1 formation. I mean, argue with me all you like on that one. I think that's what it was. Well, it's how it ended up being. So Peck played the holding role, which comments on in a moment. Brooks on the right wing. Amer and O'Hare should have been at centre mid. Barry on the left wing. And Tyrese Campbell up front on his own. Thoughts on lineup, Johnny?
Yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. I don't think Brooks will be in the side much longer. I don't think Bindon should be in the side when we sign a centre-half. And there's also a lot of players who are playing for the shirt if we do get any reinforcements in. But it's pretty much what we expect in terms of side. Obviously, Robinson not even being in squad was not a shock, but it was just something that hit home a bit that he's pretty sure nailed on to be leaving.
Yeah. I mean, were there any surprises about people not being included in the starting lineup for you? My big question was Samari.
Yeah, to me, Samari should be playing, but obviously naming what we thought he'd play, we thought he wouldn't drop Peck. Personally, I think Peck needs taking out, a bit of a reality check.
Yep.
I think he's persevering with some of the old guard from last season to try and win them round, but I just don't think the ones who have been there from last season are playing for this guy.
Mm. Yeah, I know, and I think it seems to be a common thread that's occurring through a lot of different channels and forums and comments on various streams, that people feel like there's a disconnect between players and manager, and then obviously between manager and fans. It's just not in a great position at the minute. So the match, they had the first real chance of note. It was Silvera cutting in on their left-hand side to our right-hand side. And for me, it was only the 6th minute, but you could see the alarm bells because as a defence, we were so narrow. So narrow. You've got Godfrey tucking in, trying to almost play between centre-back and right-back. And then Silvera cuts inside and goes one round, and you can see Godfrey screaming at Brooks to say, "You're coming back, you're coming back, you're coming back to cover." Offered him no cover whatsoever. And then their attack started coming down the other side because I think Burrows was in a similar position, wasn't he, with Barry offering him no defensive cover whatsoever. Wasn't much happening then in that first bit. I think Burrows kind of lost it a little bit. 18th minute really is the big moment in the first half. With Sidney Peck's tackle. He gets a yellow card. What's your thoughts, Johnny?
It's almost 2 red cards, isn't it? I think if it's 20 minutes later in the game, I think the referee just gives him a straight red. It were horrendous. I mean, live, when you're watching it, you think, yeah, it's a yellow card. And then when you watch it back, it's absolutely horrendous. And the ref were in a good position. He should send him off. And it comes from our own sloppy play. He's took an heavy touch out of his feet. Yeah. He's tried to then win the ball back, overreaching. He just nailed him.
I mean, it's interesting because we know his form's not great. And similar to Burrows and Campbell, he seems to have just dropped off a cliff this season. But that yellow card to me just stunk of frustration. And it's difficult to pinpoint where the frustration is. Now, the frustration could be with the manager. Peck's frustrated with how Sayers is trying to play him. Peck's frustrated with himself because of how he's playing. Or is it a combination of the two? What do you think?
I don't think he wants to play for the manager. Like I said, I don't think the old guard from last season do. I think that's evident in their performances. That you can't, in the games we've had, I don't think you can give any of the players from last season probably more than a 5 in any of the games.
Maybe Gus Amer against Birmingham for that goal, which automatically gets
that's the only thing that happened when he came on as a sub, didn't he? So
you
don't really count the cup game as such. So.
No, I agree. So Peck gets a yellow card. Brooks gets a yellow card for a foul. There's very little happening then for most of the first half. I think Middlesbrough have a couple of shots from distance. They fizz one across that Conway doesn't get on the end of. It just looks a bit messy, really, as a game. Not great. Probably say Middlesbrough are the better side. But then they have that late scare. Now, this is where I feel there's a frustration with Sayers and his take on things. So Middlesbrough make a mistake. It's a loose pass, isn't it? Is it Hackney or Morris makes the loose pass, one of the two. And then they end up making a recovery challenge to deny Campbell. Now, Campbell takes too long. We do push up high, and Sayers argues that it's our play that forces the mistake. I argue it's just a mistake. It's a very poor pass from them. Campbell takes too long, gets blocked, out for a corner. What's your take on this? That, we're not creating chances, but Sayers is arguing that we are because we're forcing mistakes from the opposition.
Yeah, he's absolutely clueless, in my opinion. We didn't create anything the whole game, so we created that one chance in the last minute. That Campbell one we didn't create. They gave us the ball. Again, you can say we pressed. We didn't even really press. We just picked up on a bit of a loose pass. It wasn't pressing and winning the ball back tackling. It was a loose pass, and Campbell's got to score. He's got to score that. But I think Sayers is saying if we take sacks, the big moment in the game and the look we needed, but which contradicts what he's saying, because he's saying that's the look we needed if we score there. Mm-hmm. But he's also saying that we've created that by the press. But he's saying that we were lucky to get the chance. But even if we score that chance, Middlesbrough had another couple of years to go on and win the game comfortably, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. And just while we're on about Campbell missing that chance, Campbell hasn't looked great. He takes his goal well against Bristol. But other than that, he's been ineffective this season. And this is a player who probably had the best season of his club career last year, if we're being frank. What do you think this is due? Do you think he's wasting chances like that because he's rusty, because we're not creating enough for him? Or do you think it's he doesn't like the system, it doesn't work for him? What do you reckon?
I think it's a bit of everything. I think he's come back. He doesn't look in great shape to me. Yeah. It's like he's carrying a bit of timber from last year.
Oh, says you.
He doesn't want to play the system. We don't create anything for him. So, to me, he's not expecting ball to come to him. So he is switched off in that situation. Last season, he just buried that first time.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
He just use weak foot and it's goal.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So, half time, it's 0-0. Warnock says that Peck should get sent off. I agree with Warnock. Good to see old Warnock in the studio. They make a couple of changes at half time. So they bring Naipan on and they bring Target on, and it's Matt Target that's going to probably make the difference, really, just that experience at left wing back for them. And it was one of those games where they've obviously gone to a 5 at the back or a 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. You did wonder whether United would have been better suited to playing like that. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, because United don't do much. Tanganga misses a header from a corner, but he's not much in that. But then Target puts that ball through, and it's a lovely curling ball. Aimer gives the ball away in their half, but they're faster than us. Target plays a lovely ball, and Conway's run, whether you like Conway or not, just bisects our 2 centre halves. Now, Inchcliffe on Sky, obviously being part of the Wednesday Mafia, says it's Tanganga's fault. I disagree. I feel that Bindon should be screaming at Tanganga that Conway's made that run in behind him, because Tanganga can't see him. He can't be looking at the pass coming, trying to track another runner, and then also watching someone running in behind him. It's a bit of a scuff finish. I think it's not bad. It's in the bottom corner. What's your take on the goal?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's sloppy play in the first place. We're looking. We can't pick a pass. Nobody's making a run. We give the ball away, turn over possession, wide to Target, plays it through around Tanganga. To me, Bindon's looking at the play. Tanganga's looking at the ball.
Yep.
So Bindon and Conway's between the two. So Bindon can see Conway. As you said, he's either got to then close the gap to Conway or be screaming at Tanganga, drop off 2 yards.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, absolutely.
He's coming and drop onto your shoulder. And Binder's too late, tries to slide and block it. It's not a great shot. It's not a great connection. I think if you're Cooper in form last season, you're disappointed we're getting beat by that.
Yeah, maybe fair. So obviously there's a flurry of substitutions. Ryan Owney's on at this point. Barry's already gone off before the goal, and Ryan Owney's on in this weird left wing position still, which obviously done all right at pre-season, but we decided to persevere with it. They make numerous substitutions. We bring Chong on for his debut. We bring Ings on. We bring McCallum on. They bring on Bergzorg, or Zoidberg, as I like to call him. Zoidberg misses 3 one-on-ones for them, which Tanganga, to be fair, does cover really well. He makes 2 excellent blocks from Zoidberg to deny him. What did you make of Ings and Chong on the debut?
Yeah, Chong came on it a bit sloppy to start with, gave the ball away a few times. He grew into the game. I think he'll be an exciting player.
Yep.
Ings came on, he's direct. We had a decent shot blocked. Another day could challenge the keeper, but we're toothless. We didn't really create anything, did we? We created one chance in last minute, and it's from McCallum.
Well, this is the interesting thing. So, the last United changed formation after we made all these substitutions, and I couldn't really work out where anyone was playing. And earlier, I thought to myself, because Godfrey had gone off as well, I thought, well, the back three was McCallum, Bindon, and Tanganga. I've realised actually it wasn't. Burrows was playing left centre half, and McCallum was playing at left wing back, and the right wing back was Ryan Owney. We've got Sariki sat on the bench. It just looked an absolute mess in that second half. It was genuinely like Football Manager from about 2015, where when you're losing with 10 minutes to go, you just go to a 2-3-5 and you shove everyone up front as left wing forwards and right wing forwards and 3 strikers, and then you have 2 attacking midfielders, 1 holding player and 2 centre halves. And that's how it really felt. And me and you have argued a little bit about Emer, haven't we, over the last couple of days, because you said he didn't look like he was bursting forward much. I feel like he kind of took it upon himself to drop into this weird quarterback role to dictate something to get it moving.
I'm going to give you an example of that with Emer. Last season, Hull away, very similar to the attack yesterday when we break. Hamer wins the ball, plays it to Brooks. Brooks then is on his own against one defender.
Yeah,
it comes to nothing. But at that point, last season, Hull away, Hamer did exactly the same, but bombed up the field, then carried the ball himself and buried it. He busted a gut to go forward. Yesterday, every attack we had in that second half, apart from the last couple of minutes, Hamer was sat between the halfway line and the 18-yard box. He didn't get forward. You couldn't see the picture a lot of times, which to me, he should take that by the scruff of the neck and ignore what that idiot Selhaz is saying.
Yeah, it is difficult because it was almost like they'd switched in the second half. So we'd let Peck go forward and we made Emer sit it.
But Emer doesn't affect the game from that deep.
No,
he affects the game from in their box.
I agree.
How many goals did he score?
I agree. My argument with you is that it's not a lack of effort from Emer. It's the fact that he's been redeployed in this weird deep position which doesn't suit him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think the old guard from last year aren't as interested in playing for this guy at all.
No,
you see it, body language, everything.
It just weren't good. It wasn't good again. And obviously, we've got to talk about last minute, and it's the 96th of 97 minutes, is it? Ball across from Ryan Owney, or maybe 95th out of 97, something like that. It's late on. Ball comes across for Sam McCallum. Owney puts a delightful ball across. I mean, Tom Cannon's been running around on the pitch at this point, and there were a bit where Burrows put one across and Cannon stood on edge of 18-yard box, but we'll talk more about Tom Cannon. Ball comes across, only person there is Sam McCallum at the back post. It is a tap-in, whether you're a full-back, a left-sided centre-half, a wing-back or whatever, or you haven't got a left foot, it's a tap-in, and McCallum puts it over the bar from 3-4 yards. The thing is, for me, that would have papered over all the cracks if we'd have stole a draw there.
It's the old adage of a Sunday League footballer taps that in.
Oh, yeah.
How can a professional footballer not beat the first man on a corner, but a bloke who's been out and had 15 pints night before kills one in and centre half heads it in. It's that old adage. Sunday league footballer attack that in.
Yeah, it was a bad miss. It was a very, very bad miss, but we didn't deserve anything anyway.
It would have papered over the cracks.
Oh, it would, yeah. Middlesbrough could have had 5 or 6 or 7.
See, Middlesbrough could have had 5 without playing particularly well.
Yeah.
They created 4 chances in the last 10 minutes by us being poor.
Yeah.
And it could have been 4 or 5 without Cooper making a save.
Yeah, it could. It could.
Which shows how good Tanganga was. And if Robinson or Norrington Davis were playing centre half in that at that time, it would have been 4 or 5.
Yeah, it probably would. Probably would. You're right there. Yeah, it would have mess. It would have mess. We got nothing. We deserved nothing. Just a brief comment on the scenes at the end. Didn't look great. There'd been lots of singing for Wilder and Nil, and he's one of our own, and so on. I think the fans were a bit. No one's saying it's toxic at all, because I don't think it is. It's just a bit divided. I think they're a bit of booing at people singing getting sacked in the morning and so on. But Sayers fronting up to the fans. What do you think?
No, I think that's the only thing you can admire what he's done. He's took a bit of responsibility to come out, but I think he's also a bit deluded, thinking that the fans were chanting his name. If you listen to his interview, and then Radio Sheffield, Andy Giddings had to tell him, now they're actually you sacked.
I don't know if that's what he was saying. I think he said sometimes they chant your name because it's gone well, and sometimes they chant your name because you're getting sacked.
To me, I think he was making it worse. Like I said, the players are getting off lightly.
Yeah,
but Sellers has to take the responsibility. Whoever followed Wilder was going to have a difficult job. Eckingbottom once said, "I didn't take the job permanently because I didn't want to follow Wilder."
Yeah,
Jukanovic came in. Every time we've gone away from that, get stuck in your face, Sheffield United away, manager, it's not worked. Warnock to Robson didn't work.
Yeah.
Blackwell to Speed didn't work. Clough to Adkins. Before that, Wilson to Weir.
Yeah.
And then Wilder to Jukanovic. And then, as I said, I didn't think this would work at the time. Now, the only issue is everyone's now clambering saying there's 2 men for the job. It's Cooper or it's Deitch. But if you're going to give it Deitch, why get rid of Wilder?
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah. I mean, we can talk managers and who we want next. I mean, at the end of the day, Sayers is still in a job. I don't think he will be for long. I really don't, because they're going to... I mean, we're going to talk Ipswich later, but we're probably going to be 0-5 after that. And then there's so much pressure riding on that Charlton match. But we'll see. So you're going to do some player ratings, aren't you, Johnny Forrest? So go on. What have you got? You want to start us with Cooper onwards?
Yeah, obviously Cooper in goal, 5. He had nothing to do really. He flapped it across in first half. Their player headed it wide. He maybe could do slightly better with his positioning for goal, but he doesn't look the same confident goalkeeper, which he's not, because we're not the same solid side as we were. Then we've got Godfrey right back. He's not a right back, he's a centre half. He's got to go in there and play alongside Tanganga, get Binden out of that team. But Godfrey, I'm going for a 5. Came off again. Whether he's got 90 in him at the minute is another story.
No.
Tanganga, unreal for me, an 8.
Good game.
Just showed why we've chased him since January. He's unbelievable. He's different gravy, in my opinion.
Yeah, he is.
Binden, a 4. Again, like I said, for the goal, he's so far off it. He should be reading that situation better. Appreciate he's young, but in a lot of the games, he's been poor. Burrows, a 4. Tore a new one really in first half. Appreciate he's got 0 cover from Barry. He had Aimer there last season on left-hand side, which seemed to work a lot better, giving him a bit more cover because Aimer were prepared to do hard yards, but Barry doesn't offer him anything. Peck, 3. Could have cost us the game even more earlier.
Yeah.
straight red card, put himself in a bad position. Doesn't ever look like scoring. And to me, his body language is poor. Doesn't look as interested as he once did. You've then got Hamer and O'Hare in there. Hamer and O'Hare, 4s, 5s. They weren't good enough. They're not offering enough going forward. If you compare them to Hackney and Morris at Middlesbrough, it's night and day. They're a similar sort of stature, everything. They should be doing the hard yards that they were doing. And like I said, it's the old guard for me that don't want to play. You then go on to Barry on the left-hand side, ineffective. He's flat as to deceive. He can beat a man. He'll hit the first man with a cross. And then he drifts out of the game for me. Gets taken off every game. Brooks, I don't know how many more chances he's going to have. I reckon he used to train poor under Wilder, but I don't think he offers enough defensively either.
No, he don't.
Flat as to deceive. Campbell up top, 3. He's got to score that one chance. He did nothing else in game. Like I said last season, he buries that.
Yeah.
Subs wise, did Cannon even come on? Didn't touch ball.
Pathetic.
Didn't come on. Ings looked lively. Had a shot. Chong came on, gave ball away a couple of times early on, then sort of grew into game. Wanted to receive ball, showed a bit of running, dropping deep to pick up ball, pick a few passes out. One came on at left wing, did nothing, and they put him at right wing back, which is just horrendous. But put a decent ball across. McCallum, you got to give him a 3. Misses that sitter at last minute to steal something out of them. It would have been an absolute steal. But again, like I said, what's Samari got to do to get on that pitch?
Well, this is the big thing, isn't it? You do wonder, because they asked him, was it fitness with Samari? And he says, well, I'm just not that sure I wanted to pick him, to be honest.
He said he's got to earn his place, which, if you can't earn your place in that performance, I said to you before the game yesterday, when the team came out, that the 3 in midfield, O'Hare, Hamer and Peck, will get this manager the sack for definite.
Yeah, no, you did. No, you did.
The balance is not right whatsoever.
And that's on Sayers. I mean, if you had to give Sayers a rating out of 10...
If we can recognise that, he should be able to, Christ.
Oh, agreed. So if you had to give Sayers a rating out of 10, what would you say?
For yesterday or for the season?
For yesterday.
Generous 1.
Generous 1.
Generous 1. He's clueless. He's absolutely clueless. And when it panned to him at one point, and he's got his coloured pen out, his 8 different colours. I don't know. I think he got wrong one. I think he went for red and he got black. And I was hoping at that point he's writing his resignation out, but it just life's not that kind, is it?
No, it's not. So, what next? We've got transfer window closes on Monday, tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Obviously, I'm hoping it's a busy day, but busy with a successful end to it. And we're going to talk a little bit about stay or go and yes or no in a moment. But next up for us is Ipswich. Obviously, it's international break next weekend, so they've got time on the training ground. And then we're away at Ipswich. I'm not hopeful going to Portman Road. I don't know about you on that one, really.
It's a shame because I've said to you a couple of times already that I don't think the calibre of the Championship's as good as last season. Ipswich have started poor. Southampton's not started great either. But Ipswich's first win will be against us. Yeah,
that's the disappointing thing, isn't it? I mean, neither of them started particularly well.
Unless we change this manager. And to me, get the new man in so he's got a couple of weeks to work with these players before the Ipswich game, because it's going to be 5-0.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If we get anything out of that.
I think you're right. So I'm going to run through some players, and your answer is stay or go. And this isn't what you want to happen. This is what you think will happen. So Hamer,
go.
O'Hare,
stay.
Robinson,
Go.
Next on the list is Burrows.
Stay.
Cooper.
Stay.
One.
Stay.
Cannon.
Stay.
Okay, and then...
My opinions would be different if it was what you're asking me, what we should do with those, obviously.
Well, I know. Well, the thing is, if Tom Cannon were an academy player, we'd be saying get rid and let him go out on loan for a bit. But it's just not going to happen. And then yes or no. So I've got Matos.
Yes.
Wu.
Yes.
Billing.
No.
Cadamartri.
No.
Me.
Yes.
Ogbene.
Yes.
And last one, Benson.
No.
And then stay or go, Ruben Sayers.
Before the Ipswich game.
Before the Ipswich game.
And this is, well, I think will happen. I think he'll still be there.
Yeah.
What I want to happen is something completely different.
So, obviously, we mentioned Ipswich. We're not optimistic about that one. United haven't got a great record there. We know that. Best memories of Portman Road?
2-2. 97 playoffs. Cachorro and the late one from Andy Walker, 2-2.
Yeah.
To take us through on away goals and then for another playoff final defeat. And then the second time I went was 2009, I think it was.
Yep.
1-1, game of 2 penalties, Tommy Miller for Ipswich, and then Beattie in the 90th minute for us. Horrible place to go in terms of getting there. The roads go on forever and ever and ever. Same with Norwich. It's just same roads on and on and on.
They are indeed. So we'll see. So the plan is for us, we're going to do another episode, aren't we, before the Ipswich match, just as a bit of a transfer window roundup. We'll look at United's ins and outs and try and make sense of what the overall strategy has been from the club. And then it's on to Portman Road and see how that one works out. So we'll leave you in the capable hands of Sean Needham to sing us out. Thank you, Johnny, and up the blades.
Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put the ball in the Wednesday